excited about this particular class because this is a departure for me. And even though I'm a law professor here at the University of Arizona, this is not a law class. But I do a lot of work with law and culture, and this takes the culture side of my work and intersects it with my songwriting, because I've also been a songwriter for the last 8 years. And what we're going to do is look at why, even though the Civil War ended 150 years ago, we're still singing the songs that were written during the Civil War. We're still printing songbooks of Civil War songs. We're still watching Civil War documentaries. And we're still, today, writing new songs about what happened during the Civil War. And that's because music is something that we as a culture use to process emotions and use to process feelings and events. And that connection between music and song and place and history is what the key thing is about this class, and that's what fascinates me about folk music. And so what we're going to do, with the help of a guest artist named Jed Marham, who's a singer-songwriter from Texas. Jed is also not just a songwriter. He has been producing and writing songs for documentaries about the Civil War for years. So he's going to join us, sometimes virtually, sometimes in person, and sing songs for us and walk us through some of the history from the songwriter's perspective. Two things really came together that made the Civil War the perfect vehicle for looking at the connection between song and American culture. First off, that was the time that sheet music had just become affordable and popular, and people bought sheet music in those days like people buy CDs and download songs today. So everyone could sing the same music, but also, even as the Civil War was ripping the country apart, the Civil War brought together men from all across the country, from every region, and put them together in one unit. And then when the Civil War started, both the North and the South used songs to create a sense of national identity. Battle Hymn of the Republic came from there. Dixie came from there. And then songs of the soldiers. Soldiers have always sung songs to alleviate boredom, to communicate messages on the battlefield. In the Civil War, for the first time, almost every regiment had a musician. In fact, 1 in every 40 soldiers in the Civil War was a musician. So it really meant music spread through the ranks in a way we've never seen before. In fact, that's what we do with songs. That's what one of the lines from one of my favorite songs is, "The song remembers when." Because even if you don't remember events, you hear music that just triggers those events in your mind. That's what happened with a lot of people on the home front during the Civil War. So we'll look at the songs of the home front, we'll look at songs of slaves and of slavery, and we'll look at songs of the aftermath of the war, as the country was being put back together. So I hope you'll come take the class with me and join me in the journey to look back at the Civil War and at what the songs of the Civil War can teach us about who we are today.